and welcome back to On the Road with Dawoods, where we are coming to you today from Thailand. It is so good to be here. We've been here for a few days, but we haven't been vlogging, and there is a big reason that I personally have not been able to shoot a lot of video or talk very much or really even go anywhere, and I wanted to tell you why. Because it is something that you hear might happen to you when you travel to certain parts of the world, like Southeast Asia or maybe other parts of the world that don't necessarily have the same cleaning and health requirements that we may be used to in other parts of the world, and that is getting sick. So I thought that I was being really careful whenever we came to Thailand about what I ate, and I think I was for the most part. But again, there's just different requirements in different parts of the world, and in some parts of the world you have to understand that maybe you will get sick at some point along the way, and that is what happened to me. So about a week into the trip to Southeast Asia, I started to feel just tired and weak, and at first I thought it might be because of the jet lag, because I know that like going 13 time zones, we were gonna have to adjust to some time zone issues and being kind of tired at different parts of the day. But then the fatigue really didn't go away, and it came to the point that we were going to go to the full moon party, which is that big party they have on the beach in Thailand, one I had planned to vlog for you guys and talk about. And that day I felt horrible, like fatigue and nausea, and here's the big one that's going to give it away. So you can Google this to kind of figure it out, but its real name is traveler's diarrhea. That's just what it's called. So you can kind of connect the dots here, but I will tell you that the most common symptoms are, as you might guess, diarrhea, along with extreme fatigue, some nausea, some vomiting in some people, some fever. Now, if you do have symptoms that severe, just so you know, you are supposed to go to the doctor. My symptoms, I think, bordered on the moderate to severe end of the spectrum, maybe more towards the severe there at the end, and I felt terrible. Like I couldn't go anywhere, I couldn't do anything, and I felt so guilty because here we are on this awesome trip and it stinks. Like you're sick and you want to go do stuff, but you can't. You're on an island in the middle of like paradise, but you can't do anything because you feel sick and you can't be away from a restroom for too long. So without giving too many terrible details, let's just say that part was not fun. But if you do happen to get sick, then there's some good news for you, at least if you are in Thailand. So I personally had a pretty good idea of what exactly was going on with me, and then fortunately I had people in my family who are in the medical profession, so I reached out to different people I know, and they pretty much confirmed my ideas that it was traveler's diarrhea. So after doing some Googling and searching, I found out that the most common antibiotic to treat a certain kind that I had was called azithromycin, and it's used to treat a lot of other things too, a lot of different kinds of illnesses or sicknesses that you may get that require antibiotics. Now, I did not take the step to get antibiotics really quickly, like I didn't make it like all of a sudden, but I did realize that at a certain point, after I wasn't getting better that it was time to seek medical attention after like 5 or 6 days of symptoms really just not going away, not getting a lot better. And so finally went to a pharmacist, and the pharmacist gave me azithromycin, and the way that it was given to me, it was 3 different tablets that I took all at one time. I know that sometimes in the United States you get like rounds of this particular kind of antibiotic, and that's supposed to work to make the disease or the sickness go away over time. For me, they just gave me that 1 dose, and within about 36 hours, my symptoms were almost entirely gone. So it was a real game changer. And I wanted to be real and honest about what happened, because I came to Southeast Asia just thinking I'm gonna be fine, I'm not gonna get sick, duh. But I did, and in a weird way, I'm not sorry that I got sick. Like, I'm not super happy that I didn't have as much fun at the full moon party or on Koh Phangan as I wanted to, because I felt so bad. But at the same time, I mean, it was an experience that I can share now and tell you guys, like, this is how maybe you can deal with it if it happens to you. And I think that I will have a stronger stomach for the rest of the trip, and at least in Thailand, so that you do know, we have traveler's insurance, health insurance. I thought that was really important before we went on a trip like this. We got it through World Nomads, and I'll leave that information down below in case you're interested. As usual, not sponsored, not enough subscribers for that yet, but it has worked pretty well for us. It cost, total transparency, it costs about $200 a month, and it covers us in a whole bunch of different countries, and you can get different levels of coverage. So we do have health insurance in case something really, really terrible happens. Fortunately, this did not rise to needing to go to like the hospital or anything, and you can get antibiotics from a pharmacist in Thailand without actually having to see a doctor first. For very minor issues or relatively minor issues like traveler's diarrhea, you can just go to the pharmacy. So that helped out a lot. So if maybe you're on a budget and you're really worried about how much a doctor visit will cost you, for the record, I don't think it's that much in Thailand. I've heard that the healthcare was really affordable. My round of azithromycin cost about $50 US. And while that was certainly more than I wanted to spend, it was well worth it to feel better. So I am sure that the next round of the trip and the next time you hear from us, we will be much happier and much healthier. But yeah, I know this is not the typical travel vlog, and I don't have any pretty pictures to show you because I did get so sick. But this is real life, and real life means sometimes you get traveler's diarrhea. So I am happier and healthier now, and I'm looking forward to heading to Cambodia and bringing you awesome videos from there. So we will see you in the next one.